a couple times now. It does have the right or left front tire flat, and you'll see that spark every once in a while. But it's been pretty much going in circles in this area around the valley, now on Van Nuys Boulevard. So LAPD, along with their helicopter, is staying with it. You can see another turn here going back, but right now they're just waiting for that tire to fail and hopefully for the car to become disabled to where the suspect won't be able to pursue anymore. But they have, like I said, attempted spike strips, and unknown if the tire is flat from that or from other sort of damage he may have done during this pursuit.
Well, if there's any good news, of course, the streets here in this part of the valley, they're rather wide, so you can make a turn like he just made, even at a quick pace, and not hit a car parked on the street. What will be their #1 concern at this hour at 9:15 at night?
Well, right now would be pedestrians, because even though the streets are wide and he's able to make those turns, because he's circling in the same area over and over, it tends to draw people out. And then you might have people out in the street trying to get their social media pictures and become victims of this. But just sticking with them right now and just watching the procedure by the LAPD right now. Looks like they're just sticking with them, trying to keep track of him with the helicopter, with the ground car, in case it does come to a stop, but not being too aggressive with the vehicles. But like I said, with these turns he's doing, staying in the same general area, I'm sure they're setting up some type of plan to be able to disable the rest of the tires on this, but at the same time not being really aggressive to where they're trying to do the pit maneuver or spin him out. But these streets here can bring people out, as I said, and you don't see that pedestrian or that person standing in the street until it's too late. But hopefully he runs out of tire, or this driver runs out of tires here shortly before anybody really gets hurt.
They're now at Calvert Street and Kester. Ooh, just hit a car right there, flipped over on his side.
Yeah.
So it shows you the danger, right, Tim? I mean, he wasn't going that fast.
Not at all. He just moved over, just hit that car just right. It sent him up over the side, and now they're going to have to hold the positions and be very careful getting in on this, because even though he's a wanted suspect, they have to be protected getting in there. You see them making a very aggressive move. Obviously, it must be the windshield out, because that's the way he's coming out, and now taking him into custody, and now they'll call for LA Fire Department to come in and render aid if needed.
We were hearing now assault with a deadly weapon suspect. So as retired law enforcement, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 10. And this is something you have to be very concerned about. We saw about a dozen officers approaching, and it is a very delicate operation. He's a suspect, but he also was potentially injured when he lost control of his vehicle.
That's correct. And that's we have not only having to protect yourself in this situation, you also have to go up and render aid if that person is hurt. And for what I'm looking at, it looks like maybe the windshield came out, or I couldn't tell if there was a moonroof on it. But the way they pulled him out, it definitely was through the front there, and that might be part of the window that's there on the side. So luckily they had good eyes on him as they came up to it, so they weren't too afraid of what was going on, and could see that he was incapacitated, and were able to get up on him pretty quickly, get him out. And now they'll start checking him, making sure he's okay, that he's breathing, he's conscious. And now LA Fire Department's been already called to come, and they'll clear them into the scene to render aid. But yeah, it's a very dicey thing when you have a possible armed suspect and they crash. Now you have to figure which one can you get done here, protecting yourself and also rendering that aid.
Really, they have to perform on many levels at this point. The #1 priority is to keep the public at large safe, to try to take the suspect in peacefully, and also to try to prevent any kind of an accident. I don't know if we're able to re-rack that tape at all, that all of a sudden he was turning that corner, and I don't know, Tim, what would you guess his speed to have been? I would have thought maybe 35, 40. He didn't seem to be at an excessive speed.
To me, it just looked like he ran up the back of that car and just got the right angle with that tire and drove up the back of that car. So I've seen that happen where they've hit parked cars, and for whatever angle they hit it, it causes it just to go straight up into the air and roll over like that. But the speed was not that high, but was enough to roll it over. I mean, it really did just pop up over the back of that parked car and then right up the side and turn on over.
Tim Lim, we thank you so much for your perspective tonight. We want to just remind our viewers, this was a suspect for an assault with a deadly weapon. It ended in the San Fernando